So when I went back home, it was like, well, I'm going to keep the Sabbath. I'm going to observe the seventh-day Sabbath that the Jews observe. And that was really, really hard. So that was one of my biggest struggles, I would say, in life, because at first the dance company, Sounds and Motions, that I was with, they were trying to accommodate me. But as it was a rising company, they couldn't turn down, you know, jobs and things that were on Saturday or Friday. Actually, the Sabbath is from Friday night until Saturday sundown. And that's like those are the biggest times in show business.
Oh, wow.
So that made it really hard. So I decided, well, okay, I'm not going to go to any auditions or anything. And when, you know, I started getting all these phone calls. Would you like to have this job? Would you like to have that job? And I turned those jobs down. You know, they said, you don't have to audition. We know your work, you know. So I turned them down, and then I got a call from my dance teacher in Detroit, Michigan, Vera Embry. And she had a dancer that I knew from New York, and he had gone to Omaha, Nebraska on a residency, and then he just left. He started up all these little jobs. He had a job at the college. He started this dance company, Dance Theater 76. That's when it started, the year 76. And he had a job at the junior theater, all these different places. And then he just upped and left. And so she was trying to find somebody who might be able to fit in to those positions. And so I said, oh, I'll do this, even if it is going out to the boonies, or what I thought it was out west. When Omaha, I'd never thought about Nebraska, period. Only thing I thought Nebraska had was like ranches and cowboys. And then when I got there, it was like the Lord took me and put me in a whole nother environment where I was with other Christian dancers. They were all different faiths, but they were doing Christian material. And it was also an opportunity for me to be able to make decisions, since I would be the director of the dance company now. I could decide what kind of work we were going to do. I could decide when we were going to do it, you know. And I didn't have to worry about renting rehearsal space, which in New York is really a big thing. If you want to be a choreographer, you have to pay for just using a room to come up with ideas. And, of course, my apartment in New York was so tiny, I didn't have any room there to really move around like that. So
yeah,
there were just a lot of different things that I could see God working it out for me. And then in Omaha, I had dancers in the dance company already at my disposal to work with, and they were wonderful people, beautiful dancers. And it just shows you don't have to be from New York or Chicago or someplace like that, that there's talent everywhere. And so I did a lot of choreography there, and it was just a very rewarding experience. And on one of those performances that Dance Theater 76 was doing, we started touring around Nebraska and Iowa. On one of those tours, we went to Waterloo, and that's where I ended up meeting my husband, which is a whole nother story. Because I had actually come to Waterloo first on a residency, artisan residency, and the people that picked me up at the airport, we started talking, and I found out they were Christians, and I was a Christian, and they said, well, why don't you come to church with us on Sunday? And so I said, okay. And they said, you can stay with us. You don't have to stay at a hotel. So I stayed with them. And then they took me over to this lady's house for lunch. And she happened to be the mother, my husband's mother. And I was looking around the house, and I saw one of our Sabbath school books on the table. And I said, oh, are you Seventh-day Adventist? And she said, no, but my son is. And she said, you have to meet my son. And then I met her son, and it was just like we'd known each other all our lives. And he's extremely supportive, you know, as me as a person, as a dancer and a woman. And
Is there anything else you would like to add?
Well, I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of the things that I'm involved in now. And one of those things is the Semper Fidelis Club, which is associated with the Iowa Association of Women's Clubs and Youth Affiliates. And that's a national organization. It is one of the oldest, it is the oldest black women's organization in the country before the sorority started and all. And we have a chapter here in the Quad Cities in Davenport. So that is an opportunity for me to be involved in the community in another type of way. Also, one of the things that I'm doing now is interplay, which is, sometimes it's really hard to describe interplay, but it combines movement, spiritual expression, drama, using your voice dramatically and singing, and it's something that everybody can do. And now that I'm getting older, I still want to be able to perform and to dance. And for a while, I was not even calling myself a dancer anymore because I had hip replacement, I had trouble with my knee, I still have trouble with my feet, and my body's just not working like it used to. But despite all of that, I am a dancer, and I can still dance. Even though I don't do the stuff that my dance company does very much anymore, I let them kick their legs up high and spin. But as people, we can express ourselves, and we can do it in a beautiful way. So this is an area that I really try to share with other people now. And one of the areas that I'm hoping to do more of it with is with Healing Waters Empowerment Project, which is a women's organization that helps women who have suffered abuse, domestic abuse. And I think it would just be a wonderful way to be able to become whole in yourself and to know that you can do whatever you want to do in life. You don't have to have anything holding you back. And with God's help, that's definitely possible. The Healing Waters came out of several women sharing their stories, their actual experiences, and I'm part of that cast that Shelley Moore Guy put together, who I hope you interview. And we share our stories in a dramatic type of way, and hopefully it will touch people and let people know that this is not something that they have to go through. And if they are going through it, they don't have to go through it alone, that they can find help and strength in overcoming and being free.
Do you have any advice for the people watching this interview?
In general, do I have any advice for the people watching the interview?
Yes.
It depends. Are they young people? Are they old
They're
people?
Young people.
Okay. I would say to follow your dreams, follow your heart. If you have a dream, not to let it go. If if you have a talent, you've discovered what your talent is, then you got to put it to use. Don't just talk about, well, I want to be an artist, or I want to be a dancer or an actress, and never audition for anything. You know, it's just a dream then. But to make it come true, you have to start doing what that is. And of course, I believe it's God-given if you have it. And
yes.
So you should dedicate it to God. It doesn't mean you have to do religious everything.
Yeah.
You know. But if you give it to God, then He will let it blossom.